Now, I don't want to just reiterate too much on the Wii U and my feelings on the 8 gig flash memory, because most of you guys, I'm sure, have probably seen that video. But pretty much, I just think it's stupid that they're not putting in more than 8 gigs. Whether it's a hard drive, whether it's flash memory, whether it's a fucking hamster, like 8 gigs to me is just complete bullshit. Not everybody has external memory. Not everybody wants to go out and buy external memory. There's people out there that will be content with, 120 gigs, but not 8 gigs. Simple as that. It's just simple as that. Like, there's no, I've gone with this already. I'm not trying to start up no arguments again. It's just simple as that, okay? And that's really that. Nintendo hasn't messed up too much this generation. To me, it's more just, well, the whole thing's opinion, but to me, it's more just the fact that I wish they would have came out with more new IPs throughout this generation, as we've seen on the PS3 from Sony, how they've, came out with, sequels to their old games, a good chunk of their old games like Gran Turismo, Twisted Metal, God of War, Ratchet and Clank, stuff like that, Sly Cooper, that's coming out in a few months, things like that. But we've also seen Little Big Planet, we've seen Resistance, we've seen Infamous, we've seen Uncharted, things of that nature as well. Nintendo, not so much. Now, I can understand where they're coming from. At the end of the day, it is smart to, if you have established titles that is going to make you a buttload of money, why not keep releasing them? And I'm not saying that they got to stop Zelda. I would never want them to stop games like Zelda or Smash Bros. Or Mario Kart or, Mario, period, in Mario Kart, whatever. Any of those type of games. I would never want them to stop those games. I love Mario Kart. I love, Smash, Zelda, all that shit. But it's like, you're Nintendo. You're supposed to be the #1 company for gaming, the most innovative company for gaming. You're supposed to be the overall best, thing that's ever happened to gaming. And yet, other companies can do both. And what do I mean by both? New IPs, old IPs on a consistent basis. Boom, 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 boom. Are those games better than Nintendo's games? No, I'm not saying that Uncharted is better than Zelda. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if Nintendo is that good, they should be able to do the Zeldas, which come out every 5 years, because I understand that they take time to do, but they should be able to come out with those games, as well as some good new IPs. Boom, 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 as well, kind of in between the Zeldas and all that shit. Why can't they come out with some games that's up there with the Marios, that's up there with the Metroids, that's up there with Zelda? I'm not saying they have to surpass Zelda or even be on par, but just something that's up there with, the Mario Karts and the Smash, but just up there. And I'm not talking about now when, it's the end of the Wii's life cycle. I'm talking about throughout the system's life cycle. Once again, going back to Sony, those fools launched with a new IP. Nintendo technically did too, Wii Sports. So this is what the #1 video game company developer launches with, Wii Sports. This is what we should expect from the people that are #1. I'm sorry, no. I expect more out of them. And it's not because I'm trying to hate, it's because I put them on a higher plateau because I know that they can. It's like when you have a kid and you know their potential and you know how good they are, and you've seen how good your kid's done in school or whatever, and then let's say the next school year starts and all of a sudden they just go from a straight A student to all Fs or something, and you're like, there's no way that you just went from up here. I'm not saying that Nintendo went from up here to down there. I'm over exaggerating my point just to try to get it across to you guys. You guys that have kids or something like that, it's like they go from being a straight A student to getting all Fs. You're not just gonna be like, well, they're my kid, I still love them. Okay, cool, yeah, Fs. All right, I'm not gonna talk to them about it and see what the issue is. No, it's like, wait a minute, this is Nintendo. Why are they this is it? Wii Sports. And yet Sony can launch with a new IP, but Sony is, is so bad and evil, and all they do is copy, and they're lazy and all this stuff. But Nintendo can launch with Wii Sports. Nintendo can come out with their new system this year, the Wii U, and come out with pretty much a rehashed version of Mario, the new Super Mario Bros. Wii game. It's just new Super Mario Bros. Wii U. It's pretty much the same game, but then people will bash Sony about, you know, God of War Ascension being like God of War 3, which it does look like God of War 3, but my thing is, why do you expect them to do any more than that? If it's just bad old evil Sony, that should be normal. We should expect them to just do the same crap because they're not as good as Nintendo. You see how that works? So either you know, don't think that Nintendo is as good as what, you know, they're supposed to be, or you do think that they are as good as they're supposed to be. And if you do think that, you should expect more. You should always expect them to kind of keep going. And my thing is, at this point, I want and expect them to come out with more new AA and AAA IPs throughout the generation. That's it. And the thing is, the reason why I expect it is because I know they can do it. See, Microsoft, I don't expect that from them. I don't really care as much about those guys because they haven't really, to me, proven themselves first party outside of some freaking Xbox Live arcade games. Ooh, if I really wanted to, I could probably make a damn Xbox Live arcade game. Shit, there's games in Little Big Planet I played that's almost as good as some of those downloadable games on 360, Wii, PS3. Obviously, those are full games and things like that. But people have actually made full games in Little Big Planet because you got the links of how you can link the levels together. And anyway, so I'm talking about like something like Zelda. The average Joe sitting in his house playing a Little Big Planet or even like Minecraft is not going to just be able to make something that's great as Zelda as Nintendo has done. So it's like, why can't they keep doing that with a new phase, you know what? What I would love to see from Nintendo within the first, you know, I say within the first 4 to 5 years of the Wii U's life cycle is, which this I know that they can do because they've technically already done it, but I would love to see them mix together like Legend of Zelda, Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, something like that with Star Fox. You know, like in other words, basically what I mean is like an action adventure role-playing game like Zelda with like the sword and sorcery, but have somewhat of the platforming of like a Mario 64, Mario Galaxy, you know, Sunshine, things like that, with space combat of Star Fox. So anybody who's played any of the Kingdom Hearts games, you guys know Kingdom Hearts, how you go from each planet. And in between, when you go from one planet to the other, you have the like little outer space, I guess, mini game, whatever you want to call it, and things like that. Now imagine a Legend of Zelda-esque game far as the combat, just, you know, far as the sword and the shield and the magic and all that stuff. But then the platforming of like a Mario Sunshine, that kind of parkour platforming, and then how Kingdom Hearts and things like that, how you go from each planet and you go on your spaceship, but have it be like Star Fox. Imagine they made a whole game like that. You see what I'm saying? And they had, you know, this great story, great characters, some voice acting, things of that nature. I would have like a ball with something like that. I would love to see, and I know that they can do it because, like I said, they've technically already done it. It's just in individual games. So it's like, take some individual things from some of your key franchises and make a new you know, IP out of it. Just because the game is a new IP, me personally, that doesn't mean the game itself has to have 100% new ideas, because I'm sorry to tell you, but most things have been done. In this day and age, most of the good ideas have already been done, so it's just doing it as good or better. And that's something else people don't understand, I think, about this generation. They're like, oh, everything's been done, this isn't innovative, this isn't new. Everything doesn't necessarily have to be new. You can just do it better. People say Uncharted copied Tomb Raider, which it did, but it did a better job, at least to me, as far as gameplay did. If you look at like the first Uncharted and the first Tomb Raider, you see it did a better job with like maneuvering the character and things like that, you know. And people, you know, they just don't understand that most ideas, good ideas, have been done, but who can do it better? Who can take it to the next level? Nintendo can. They've proven it time and time again, so keep doing it. That's my thing. Don't just stop because, you know, you know that the side-scroller Mario game is gonna sell 15 million. Don't just do that and that's it. Do those games, make you some money. I'm not mad at you. Make you that money. I understand. If I was working for Nintendo, I'd be happy as hell. Like, yo, keep pumping out the Mario. These people are buying it. I'd be like, hell yeah. I understand that, but that does not mean you can't do a little of both. I'm not asking to come out with, you know, 15 new IPs. No, just sprinkle in a couple new IPs throughout the generation, and just do that. I'm not saying that they never have done it. I'm not saying that they haven't done that with the GameCube or even the Wii, but just keep doing that. If Sony can do it, I know they can. Just keep doing it. And that's my thing with Nintendo. I think a lot of people take that as hate. It's not me hating. Okay. I don't know. Microsoft. Xbox 360, I give you guys 100% props for Xbox Live between the original Xbox and especially the Xbox 360 taking online console gaming to that next plateau. And, you know, to me, they are the leaders for console online. Now, where I disagree, you know, with these guys is that they're the only people that pay. PC is free, excuse me, PC is free, PS3 is free, you know, and Nintendo, their stuff is all free online. Microsoft, not so much. Yes, you have the best console online gaming experience, but is that worth $60 a year? Just like was the PS3 worth $5.99? I gotta say no to both. No to both. No. Especially when you don't have the first party games, the non-downloadable, the first party AAA full-fledged games to back it up like Sony or especially Nintendo. Why are you charging for online? Why? When Nintendo and Sony are about to catch up with you guys anyway. Nintendo and Sony are going to catch up to Microsoft and their Xbox Live. It's just a matter of time, people. Sony and Nintendo will catch up to Microsoft when it comes to online. Then what are they going to have? Then what are you going to do? Especially for the gamers that still have their old school consoles and still have old, you know, arcade games on there, or for the gamers that play in the PC that can go on Steam and get a lot of these games and this, that, and the other. Yeah, I understand you're not going to get all of them, but still. What is it that they're gonna have to show? What is it that people are looking forward to for the Xbox 720 as far as their key franchises? Another Alan Wake, Forza, Crackdown, something. I mean, like what? Cameo. Remember that game? What the fuck is Rare doing? What Rare? Literally, they are Rare. These fools making tennis shoes and T-shirts for Xbox Live avatars. Thanks, Microsoft. You took one of the greatest developers and turned them into a damn, hey, make us a Gears of War T-shirt for your fucking avatar that stands there. Really? Really? These guys made GoldenEye on the N64, son, and you got these guys making tennis shoes and shit, like, you know, for the avatars. What? Microsoft. Like, dude, between your stupid ass Xbox arcade shit, just, you know, but hey, Nintendo makes, Sony takes, and Microsoft breaks. Red ring a motherfucking death. This is Bobby W223. Peace out.